Hi, I'm Temi Shiambade, and this is Ask Temi Live, where we discuss the best ways to establish your business, protect your name, and keep your profits. Welcome again. Here's another week, and we are just going to jump right in. I think today's topic and focus is something that lots of people need to hear, so I am here to help you. The question is securing a domain name enough to get trademark protection? I think there should be a lot of people who should be clicking in. If you're not, tell your friends they need to watch this video, because there's a common misconception amongst most people that, hey, if I register my domain name, I am protected. And today we are going to debunk that myth. Okay, so you might already know he decided that, hey, you know what? I want to start my own business. I want to sell things that are like Nike, but not quite Nike. So I'm going to go ahead and decide to register a whole lot of domain names that have something to do with Nike. For example, shopNikeUKOutlet.com or Nike trademark. He decided a couple of years ago that he was going to register like 20 different domain names, all of them pertaining to Nike. That wasn't the only brand that he targeted. He also went after Prada as well. And it wasn't quite Nike.com or Prada.com, but these were domain names where basically nobody else had secured them. And he said, let me go ahead and do this. Now, generally speaking, when we're talking about trademark, right, and trademark law, the first person to use it often has superior rights. That's the general consensus. That's what you should know. But a new rule that you should consider is that domain names don't automatically have trademark protection. And the rationale behind it is that a domain name or domain is actually just an address, just like any other address that you would have. You know, like our different house addresses, our office addresses. That's what domain names are. They're directional. In order to have an actual trademark or a service mark, you should be identifying the source of a good. So in the example that we're talking about, where this man, Mr. Chu, had all these domain names, he was suggesting that these things were sourced from Nike, when that wasn't actually the case. And so one of the things that you need to realize is, again, having a domain name doesn't automatically protect you. Now, this is where people tend to run into issues. I always get a lot of phone calls from people who are starting their businesses. They want to come in, they want to ask me a question, and they're excited because they've already taken that first step. That first step for them is, I've secured a website. And they're like, yay, and they want like a high five or, you know, a pat on the back. But here's the issue. When you go to a website like GoDaddy.com or oneandone.com, or if you go onto Squarespace, for example, or any of these platforms or domain placement places, you go there and you type in what you're looking for. If your thing comes up and it's unreserved, that's good for you with regards to just domain names. GoDaddy, One-and-One, Squarespace, they don't actually check trademark forums. They're not actually checking to see whether that trademark has been in use. And so you could run into issues just securing a website and building your business off of this website without actually getting thorough clearance. Now, when you sit down with an attorney like me, we do check the domain names, we do check the social media, but we also check the USPTO website. We also check to make sure we also check additional domains and additional platforms where trademarks are registered. So we have a broader scope with regards to our search to make sure that you're not missing another link, because that's common. I hear stories all the time, and I'm not exaggerating. I hear stories all the time of people who build businesses and build platforms and then are hit with a cease and desist letter. And you don't want to do that. You want to make sure that you're doing the clearance and you're taking the time to search in advance. And that's what this is about. This is making sure that you understand that just finding out that the domain is available or just finding out that the Instagram or Facebook is available does not mean that you're protected. And you still could be subject to that cease and desist letter. You could still find yourself subject to legal ramifications if you don't take the time to have an adequate search and clearance. All right? So of course, we know that when Nike decides to sue Mr. Chu, guess what? They win. And so they now have rights to over 20 different additional domain names because their trademark was already there and he was infringing upon their mark. Now, of course, that's an easy probably story. It's probably an easy story to figure out because he had Nike blatantly there, and that's a big name brand. But there are lots of times where there might be a business that is thriving in California and you're in Texas and you have no idea that they've built this platform and that this is their trademark and they have rights to it that are superior to yours. So you really want to make sure that you are taking the time to do a thorough trademark search. All right, so some of you might have listened to this and hopefully this has been helpful, but you might have additional questions. Well, I want to encourage you to go ahead and go to YouTube and find my YouTube page and subscribe, because on my YouTube page, I have additional videos and additional resources besides or in addition to what you see here in Ask Temi. So if you've missed Ask Temi, you can catch up by going to the YouTube page, but you can get even more information and even more resources. So we'll definitely be touching on this as well. We've talked about different types of naming issues. All the old Ask Temis are there, as well as additional videos that are present and the such. So I hope this has been helpful. I see people have been able to peek in. Wow, this is a really short video. But you know what? We got the information out there. Again, you know that your domain name is not enough to secure your trademark rights. If this has been helpful, please feel free to share, tag a business owner that you think needs to hear this information, and then go ahead and follow me on Instagram, follow me on Facebook, because I give out information. Not everything is free, but I give you a lot of information for free before you come into my office. So take advantage of that. Go and see if you can get at least a benchmark level of understanding with regards to starting your business, and making sure that your business and your brand is protected. Okay? One other thing, if you are unable to really follow along with Ask Temi on these live Facebook videos, we have, yes, a podcast available on Apple iTunes. So definitely go over there and subscribe there. If you don't want to subscribe there, you like SoundCloud, guess what? We're there too. If you don't like SoundCloud, guess what? We're on Stitcher. We are everywhere. So go ahead, get plugged in so that you can establish your business, protect your name, and keep your profits. All right? That's all I have for you today. I hope that you are enjoying your day. If you are in Houston, it's October and it still feels nice. I know, I'm excited about that. All right, but I am done. Have a great day and we will talk soon.